Good morning, children. This video is for anyone working in a pyramid group. Before we start today's learning, please do the starter, which is multiplications using the 4 times table. So today's lesson, children, is going to be 2 parts. The first part is going to be this page here. And then once we've gone through this, I want you to pause the video and answer the questions on the left-hand side. Then afterwards, once you've answered those questions, play the video again, watch the second half and answer the last 2 columns. So we'll take this first question, sorry. Holly has a number shown below. She's got 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, and she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's got 38. And she says, which number below can be added to Holly's to equal 65? So what she wants is to work out which number do we need to add to 38 to get to 65. Now we're going to use our Deans here to help us, but you can use these if you've got pasta shells at home or counters. They will work just as well. So what we've got is we've got 8 here, 38, which is the number we've been given with, and we need to make 65. To do this, we need to be able to make sure that this number here, we need to add a number to give us to 5. So we want to look here, is the idea is that we're going to be, because we're crossing the tens, what would happen in this is that we need to make, we're going to put a 1 there. That will help us because we know we're going to be adding a 1 into our tens column, because we're always crossing the tens. What we mean by crossing tens is adding, because this number here is a 2-digit number. When we've added these 2 numbers together, they make a number greater than 10 or greater, and it will only be between 10 and 19. Now, so we're just going to put a 1 underneath there. So we need to add an amount onto 8 to make 15. So we'll just get our Deans here. I'm just going to keep adding onto 8 till we get to 15. So we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. I'm just going to take this amount here and see how many we've got. So we've now got 15. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that 7 is going to be there. Now to work out this next bit, we need to do, we've got 3, we need to make 6, but we've got 1 there. Now what we can do now is actually, we can see by looking here, if we go to the ones, we need to find the one that says 7 in it, which has got 7. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can't be this because it needs to have 7 ones in it. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is good. So this could be a possibility. Let's count the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it can't be A because that's got 5 in it. Can't be C because it's got 4 in it. So it must be B because it's got 7. So the missing one would have been 7, and then we've got 2 here, so the missing number is 27. So B is the correct one, which will allow us to add this 27 to 38 to make 65. When added together, the numbers must equal 62. Match the numbers above to create 2 pairs. So what it means there is that two of these pictures will make 62 and another 2 will make 62. But before we actually do that, let's write down what is what the value of each picture is. So we've got, in our tens we've got 1, and in our ones we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So A is represented by 18. B, 1, 2, 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. In C we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. And in D we've got 1, 2 tens, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. Now what we're going to do is, the key part here is what a really easy way to help us work this out is we need to see, when we add the two ones digits together, do they make, will they give us the answer with 2 in the ones column? Now, if we will just take A and B together, if we just take the ones, which is the 8 and the 5, so we've got 8 there and 5 there. We're going to count these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we know A and B can't go together. A and B can't go together because 8 plus 5 equals 13. We need to have an answer that will give us 12 because we've got 2 in the ones column. So let's go A and C this time. So we're going to have 8 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's good, because if we now write this as our question, 18 plus 44, 8 plus 4 we've just said is 12, and don't forget we've got to cross the tens, so we're going to add we put a 1 underneath. Now we've got 1 10, 4 10s, and then we're going to add another 1 on in a minute, which is there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and don't forget that extra one there, 6. And it says here, when added together, the numbers must equal 62. 18 plus 44 equals 62. So A and C are a pair. And that must mean, because there's 2 left, B and D are a pair. So once you work one out, the other, it's quite easy that the other 2 are going to be the ones that pair. Now it says here, Logan says 34 plus 26 equals 50. Is he correct? Prove it. Now we can use a written method to help us solve this. And this is how we're going to prove if he's correct, by using a written method. Now I will use my deans to help us see this, visualize this, but you can use a written method to prove it as well. So we've got 34 and 26. 34, 26. So the first thing we need to do is add the ones together. Well, we know we've got 4 here. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you remember our last video, 10 is equal, 10 ones is equal to 110. So when that happens, we put a 0 here, and that 10 we're going to put underneath here, so we can get rid of those ones. Now that we've worked out by adding the ones up, now we can add up the 10s. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, plus that extra 1, 6. So the answer is 60. So if we go back, Logan says the answer is 50. Was he correct? No. And we've proved it there, so we can say no. And we proved it by doing a written calculation. That's the first part of your video, children. So pause the video now and then come back to the second part once you've done the first questions. Okay, children, this is your second part of your video. So the first question says, and this is going to be very much more written method rather than using Dean's. Oliver has a number shown below. So we've got 1, 2, 3 10s, 1, 2, 3 1s. And it says here, which number below can be added to Oliver's to equal to 92? Now here we can do what? Trial and error. So we're going to take the first number and add this on. So that's what it's asking. We're going to just practice. We're going to just try. So we're going to do 33 plus 7. 37 plus 57. 33 plus 57. Sorry, children. 33 plus 57. Remember, we want to get this answer here. 3 plus 7. Well, we can use these just to model this bit to make sure that we're adding it up correctly. We've got 3. And we need to add 7 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's adding 7 there. And we've got the answer of 10. Well, straight away we can see that 57 is not the right answer because it's got a 0 in the ones column and we need a 2. Let's take C this time. We'll come back to B if we need to. Let's try C. So we've got 33 plus 59. 3 plus 9. So as we said, we've got 3 there. We've got 9 here. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which is great because we can put 2 there and 1 there. So we've got the 2 matches there and the 2 matches there. So now we need to make sure that this number here is a 9. So to do that, we're going to get our 10, sorry, 3, 5 and 1. So we've got 3 there. We're going to add 5 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's our 5 we've just added. And don't forget the 1 we've got there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 goes there. And 92 and 92 match. So our answer is C. Again, we've got a similar question to the pairs one. When added together, the numbers must total more than 54. Must total more. This is key here. More. So the answer has to be greater than 54. So if the answer is 55 or greater, then we know that will be fine. So let's work out what these numbers are here first. 1, 2, 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1s. 1, 2, 2 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1s. Now, we need to make sure that the answer is greater in the 1s than 4. So let's do A and B. So 27 plus 26. Now I'm going to use this looking at the time of the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers this time to add on to 7, add 6 onto 7. So we've got 7, so we're going to go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So remember that method where we put 3 there and we put a 1 underneath the tens column. 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 1 equals 5. 53 is smaller than 54, so this A and B do not match. So let's do 27 plus 28. Seven plus 8 equals, so we do 8 plus 7, so 7 onto 8, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we added 7 onto 8, we've got 15. 2 plus 2 equals 4, plus 1 equals 5. So 55 is greater than 54. So A and D can match. But before we do that, let's just double check that B and C can match. So 26 plus 29. 6 plus 9. So we add 6 onto 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've added 6 onto that. So we've got 15 there. 2 plus 2. So 2 plus 2, 3, 4. Add another one, 5. And that answers 55, which is greater than 54. So B and C match. So we put here A plus D and then B plus C. The last question here is, Chloe says 25 plus 67 equals 92. Is she correct? Prove it. Now, we'll go through using her working out here. So 5 plus 7, she says 12. Well, let's double check that by using the finger. So we've got 5, let's add 7 onto 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she's correct there. And then 2 plus 6. So 6 onto 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus the 1, 9. So she's correct there. Is she correct? Prove it. Now, this one's going to be a bit tricky to how we're going to write to prove it. But to do this, we're going to say that she's remembered to carry the 1 into the tens. Yes, as she has remembered to carry across the tens, which is this part here, and I've circled it on there. A very long video, and I appreciate it, children. So now if you go to your work and solve the questions on your task sheet, best of luck.